Lenzing has been a member of Textile Exchange since 2007 and an incredible partner for that entire time. We're excited that Lenzing is celebrating its 30th year anniversary, and this coincides with Textile Exchange's 20th year anniversary. It's a great milestone for us and an incredible milestone for Lenzing. We're happy and excited to see what comes next, and we're grateful for the commitment that Lenzing has shown over the last 30 years to building in sustainability to the core of their business. And we know that there's incredible things ahead as Lenzing and the industry embraces new ways of working, alternatives feedstocks, and embeds innovation and sustainability even further into their core business. I think that the most pressing industry facing the world and the textile industry is climate change. Climate change needs to be at the center of everything that we're doing. If we don't address climate change, nothing else really matters. That's why we announced in 2020 our new Climate Plus strategy. Climate Plus really centers our work around helping the industry to achieve a 45% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. However, the plus in Climate Plus symbolizes the need for a holistic approach. We know that it is critical to have an absolute reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. We simply have to bring down what we're putting into the atmosphere. We cannot continue to emit at the level that we have. However, we know to really make this change happen that we do have to take a holistic approach. So the plus in Climate Plus symbolizes biodiversity, soil health, and water. And we know that through taking this approach, through looking at these issues in concert instead of in isolation, that we really can start to shift the industry and make the changes required to address these problems at scale. This year is Textile Exchange's 20th year anniversary. In the last 20 years, we've seen huge changes in how the industry thinks about sustainability. It has gone from being a kind of sidelined issue to one that is a core focus for most big businesses and organizations around the world. While it is starting to become more of a central focus, I would say that it's not yet enough of a central focus. It's not really what it used to be. It's not this kind of pet project, sideline, one person in an organization being responsible for it. But at the same time, we're not seeing the systems shift at the rate and at the scale that is required to really address the issues that we're facing. We need the solutions to scale. When we were doing our work around Climate Plus and starting to build out the strategy, we did some modeling to really look at what was going to be required to achieve the 45% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. And there's three things that all need to happen to make that reduction possible. First of all, we do have to scale the solutions that we have now, and we know that work. So that means scaling organic practices. That means scaling recycled materials. At the same time, we also have to slow growth. We have to slow growth to around 1% year on year at most. Right now, we see around a 3% growth rate year on year. And when you look at that and you look at the modeling behind that, it makes the reductions that we need very, very hard to achieve. We see exponential growth and exponential impact with the growth rates that we have right now. So the industry needs to figure out how to decouple prosperity and profit from the creation of new product entering the marketplace. And third, we need to fill the innovation gap. Right now, we need to double down on the innovations that we know will help us achieve what we need to achieve. I think one of those is textile to textile recycling, but these innovations will also include things like the scaling of regenerative practices, embedding place-based solutions into the way that we work, really partnering with farmers and raw materials suppliers to support transitions on the ground, working locally to achieve what is required, to see a large systematic change in the way that materials are farmed, grown, cultivated, recycling, all of that. We need to really double down and look at how we embed very serious change at scale now. I think on the innovation side, as I mentioned, textile to textile recycling is going to be a big part of the future. We need to scale new feedstocks, and we need to close the loop so that the waste that is generated through the industry can be captured and reutilized. At the same time, we need to extend the life of products. We cannot continue to have disposable products entering into the marketplace. Things need to have more longevity, things need to last, and people need to want to keep their products for longer. This is going to be a huge shift for an industry that really, has newness at its core. The fashion industry has always been built on creating new and exciting things. And I don't think we have to completely lose that, but we do have to move away from creating so much waste and disposability in our products.